Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I am Chef Tears of Love and I make beautiful food that tastes good. Today I'm here to celebrate Juneteenth with you all. Yay, exciting, right? If you don't know, Juneteenth is a celebration that formally celebrates the day that formerly enslaved people were released from slavery. The Emancipation Proclamation was signed in 1862. However, it wasn't until June 19, 1865, that the enslaved in Texas were released in Galveston, Texas. And today we celebrate that day by having barbecues and strawberry soda and spending time with our family and lots of other ways to celebrate. Me personally, I'm going to the Lake Merritt in Oakland to party with my people and I cannot wait. So in your package, you have all of the ingredients to make a delicious treat. If you're vegan, you're gonna make hop cakes, which stands for Hearts of Palm Imitation Crab Cake. So it's gonna taste like a crab cake, it's gonna feel like it in the texture, and it's gonna be super yummy and super healthy. Also, if you're not a vegan, we're gonna be demoing crab dip. So it's gonna be cheesy, creamy, decadent. It's the perfect way to celebrate Juneteenth, and I'm excited to share it with you. In your packages, you will have everything you need to make both recipes. So if you're vegan, you will have your Hearts of Palm, your hummus, your vegan mayo, your seasonings, your lemon, your pepper, everything you need, and even some crushed up moonshot crackers to bind your crab cake with. These crackers are super delicious and wholesome, and they come in this fun, sustainable package. If you're making crab cakes, you have your delicious crab meat, yummy, fresh, wild caught, sustainable, your mayo, your Tabasco, your cream cheese, sour cream, and all the other goodies that go in it. So today what we'll do is we'll start making the crab dip, and once we pop that in the oven, we'll take a little break and we'll make the hop cakes. Sound good? All right. Start with the crab dip. Right here we have all of the ingredients we need to make the dip, and this is pretty simple and it's decadent and delicious. We're gonna eat it with some moonshot crackers and, you know, put it together with some fancy cheeses on a board, and you got a certified party. Even if it's just you, you deserve to celebrate this day. So, in my opinion, Juneteenth should be a national holiday. It's a very exciting part of our history. So we're gonna start with the cream cheese. It's been softened, which means I've left it out for a few hours so that it's super soft. Into the bowl it goes. Move this out of the way. And then we will need some mayo, about a half a cup. Everything in your package is pre-measured. You're welcome. And then we'll add some sour cream. This is what's gonna make it creamy and fatty and delicious. Sour cream in the party. This is like a bowl of fat, but yummy fat, all the same. Now we'll add some cheese, a cup of cheese. We're gonna save some for the top too. And then our spices. We'll add some Cajun seasoning for flavor. Hey. And we'll add some Old Bay for even more flavor. And then I don't know about you, but I like it spicy. So I'm gonna You gotta have fun while you cook, you know. If you're not having fun, then the food's not gonna taste good. It's the same thing, you know, in life. If you're not having fun, then what are you really doing? All right, let's squeeze the lemon. Okay, and that's gonna help it all mix up. Now let's do our green onions and our regular onions. So we'll just cut the whites off, move those to the side, and then we'll just cut these up. These are good for texture, you know. We like to add them on top, but I'm gonna toss a few in the dip as well. Watch out for your fingers, okay? Make sure you pull them back when you're chopping. All right, let's add some of these. Woo! All right, so I was thinking of some ways I could make this dip a little healthier. And I'm thinking we could use Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. Could probably use the vegan mayo as a substitute as well. And I guess vegan yogurt if you wanted to, you know, make this a little less dairy. But honestly, I like it the way it is. What else? There's nuts and apricots also in your package to add to this board. It's gonna be a fun little party. Right now I'm grating the onion, and this is gonna add some extra flavor. Grate it down. Watch out for your fingers. I have definitely grated off a few knuckles. So the recipe calls for you to chop it finely, or I like grating it. Also, there's no tears. All right, and we're just gonna pop it on down in there. You see that? Quick and easy. No muss, no fuss, no coconuts. All right, I'm gonna smash this up. Smash. Okay. Smash. I still need to add the Worcestershire. I'll put that in a second. But I want to get this all combined before I fold in my crab, because we're going to put it in these cute little cast iron skillets, and we are going to bake it away. So, some other ways I like to enjoy Juneteenth is, I mentioned I'm going to the lake. Lake Merritt in Oakland. It is a fun celebration. There are vendors out on the lake selling earrings and t-shirts and food, and there's music going and picnics, and it really is a celebration, and it's wonderful to be with people and to celebrate all of the freedoms that we have on that day. All right, as you can see, it's all combined. Let's add some Worcestershire. Is that how you say it? That's how I say it. And then for the main event, we're gonna put this whole can of crab in because thug life. I'm gonna break it up just a little, and then we'll fold it. Take your spoon from the edge of the bowl and fold inward. Inward. This is heavy on the crab, so you're gonna get a bite of crab with every dip you take. And you just wanna get it well combined. You don't wanna break up the pieces too much because you want those chunks in there. It smells good, y'all. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bake this in the oven. It's gonna get all bubbly and decadent, and you guys are gonna enjoy it. All right, y'all, let's get this yummy stuff in the oven. I have two cute little cast irons. We're gonna spray it just so it doesn't get all sticky in there and you can get it out. And we'll just spoon this in. Yeah, buddy. It's gonna be so decadent, y'all. Creamy and delicious. Yeah, so we're gonna top this off with some cheese just to get it extra bubbly. And I love the color of the cheddar. Let's not waste a bite of this. I suppose you can also eat this without baking it and just eat it as a dip, but I personally like it hot and bubbly. So let's finish this off with some cheese on top. Tell me that doesn't look good. Starting to look like a celebration. All right, we're gonna get these in the oven and I'll see you right back here to make some hotcakes. So before we get into these hotcakes, I wanted to talk to you about some of the names that Juneteenth goes by. As you know, Juneteenth is a name that combines June and 19th, and that's how we get Juneteenth, but there are tons of other days that Juneteenth goes by. It's called Freedom Day, also Jubilee Day, Celebration Day, Second Independence, and Emancipation Day. So these are all names that Juneteenth are called, and if you look up any of them, you will find an interesting history online under each name. I think the most important thing is that we celebrate it. So we're gonna start with these hotcakes. These are hearts of palm. If you've never had them, it kind of tastes similar to an artichoke, but better. It's soft, it's tender. It's like the heart of an artichoke, but tender, and you get more of it. So we're gonna take this, I've drained them, and we're gonna just cut them into shreds, which is really fun. You just take the tip of your knife and you kind of just shred it like so. And then we're gonna use our hands to break it up in the bowl so that it kind of looks like crab, you know? Because just because you're vegan doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy all the things. That's what I believe anyway. So we're just gonna shred this up like so. And then in the bowl, we'll break it up with our hands. And I'm also gonna have it like that to make it just a little bit easier. And that will go into the bowl. So we'll break it up gently, like so. And it's like shredded crab. Is that not genius? It is. Pat yourself on the back. All right, it's time for some fun. Now that we got the hearts of palm, or the hop as I like to call it, all shredded up, we're gonna make some noise. I got my moonshot crackers here and a mallet. Yeah. If you can't have fun in the kitchen, where can you have fun? So I'm gonna get these crackers in a bag. You could use a food processor if you want, but where's the fun in that? And I'm gonna simply make crumbs using this mallet. You can do this to make your own breadcrumbs at home using dried bread, leftover bread. You just pop it in the oven, dehydrate it for a little while, and then you put it in a bag. You can bang it up, or you can put it in a food processor. I'm gonna choose to bang because I like to make noise in the kitchen. So here we go. Woo! All right, now that we beat these crackers down to a crumb, we're ready to cut up our veggies, because cooking is all about organization. So you just take it one step to the next. I'm about to blow your mind on how to cut this pepper up. So we only need 2 tablespoons of this, but we're gonna cut off the top, cut off the bottom, cut a little slit, and then just drag your knife through, creating a flat sheet. Boom. How easy is this gonna be to cut? Too easy. I just simplified your life. One easy step. All right, so we only need about 2 tablespoons, and we're gonna cut it up pretty fine. This is going to add lots of flavor and texture to the hotcake. And if you didn't know, red bell pepper has more vitamin C than orange juice. So, you know, gotta chow on one of these once a day, because we all need our vitamins. It's important to stay healthy. So I cut them in little strips, and now I'm just gonna take them down to a dice. And this is a small dice. We only need about 2 tablespoons, I believe, for this recipe. So I'm just gonna take these down, make them really small so that there's cute little red, beautiful specks in your hop cake. All right, so we got our red pepper. Boom. I'm going to get this in the bowl with the hop. You guys will probably never call them hearts of palm again. They'll forever be known as hop. All right, and now let's take our green onion, chop that down. Sorry, there's no fancy way to cut these, so I can't wow you like I just did, but I like to use the whites because that's where the flavor resides. So we're just gonna use the whites in this go round. And maybe we'll garnish with the greens. Sound good? Good, glad you're on board. And I'm gonna just take them to a little mince, just for the texture. And we want the hop to be the star of the hop cake, so we just want these for the flavor and the color. So we're just gonna take them down to a little mince. All right, so there you go. We're gonna add that to the hop as well. And then, just like we did with the crab cakes, we're gonna grate this because it's a great day. Cheesy. Vegan cheesy. I'm gonna do it right into the bowl just to save on mess making here. So this is green onions, red pepper, the hop, and now the grated onion. So just like when you're baking, you wanna mix all the wet ingredients and then all the dry ingredients. So these are all of our veggies in one bowl. Okay, then we'll do half a lemon. Where's my squeezy? Not here? That's all right. We'll do it old school. Let the juice run right through your fingers, holding on to the seeds. See, we were born with our greatest tools, phalanges. I love using my hands in the kitchen, but now I'm gonna wash them. All right, now that we got all our veggies in a bowl, let's make our little sauce. This is what's gonna hold it together. I have some Best Foods vegan mayo. It's pretty delicious, and you don't need too much, just 1/4 cup. So there we go. And then we're gonna use the Hummus Guys sprouted hummus, which is divinely delicious. We're gonna use 1/4 cup of that as well. Go. Then our spices. Ain't nothing like a little Old Bay, y'all. This will flavor fish and anything and make it taste like seafood. And I'm gonna do a dash of Tabasco. Recipe doesn't call for this, but live your life. A little Salt Bay. Ooh. And pepper. Eight. All right. I like it peppery. And then we'll just give it a little mix. See that red flavor? That's the Old Bay. Then we're gonna put this into here. Boom. And we're going to gently fold the hop, peppers, onions, mayo. This is where all the flavor comes in. We're gonna add up some of those moonshot crackers to bind these babies. We're gonna get our hands dirty because that's what you do in the kitchen. You get down and you get dirty. Oh, it smells divine, you guys. All right, Here are my moonshot crackers. I'm gonna put a handful in so that we can get these babies to stick together. All right, and you can feel with your spoon if it needs a little bit more. So I think that we could use just a little bit more breadcrumb, and it goes. Yep, that's the texture right there. So I'm gonna stick these together with my hands, and I'm gonna use the rest of the moonshot crackers in a separate bowl to roll them before baking them. All right, here we go. So let's get these hot cakes rolled in our moonshot cracker crumbs and onto the pan. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but Juneteenth is a national holiday in Texas and also a few other places. It's working, or currently working, to become a national holiday in other states. So maybe call your legislation or your legislators on a local level and tell them that it should be a national holiday. It is our history. So look at that, how cute, right? Just grab some, you kind of make a ball. Get messy with it. I don't know who made up the rule that you have to, you know, keep it clean in the kitchen, but you gotta have some fun with your food. So you make these cute little cakes. Boom. And this is enough for a small feast. You can make these for an appetizer, for a party. You can make them for yourself. You can have them for dinner. That's what I'm gonna do. Gonna celebrate Juneteenth by being good to myself. Maybe take these down to the lake with me. Make all the other vegans jealous. I don't think anybody will be eating hotcakes out there. If you're from the Bay Area, maybe I'll run into you. Don't be afraid to say hello. You can also follow me on social media, cooking_with_Tirza on Instagram. And if you're local, I also have a supper club. It's a donation-based supper club that I'd love for you to attend. You pay whatever you can afford, you get the ticket, the link in my bio, and you come have dinner at my kitchen. We have a lovely conversation. We'll be having a Juneteenth celebration on the Tuesday before Juneteenth, so if you're local, come and see me. All right, these are looking amazing. So excited. Do I have enough to make one more? Nah, I don't think that's, oh, maybe. Waste not, want not. That's what my mama always said. So, whoop. Let's get the last of this crumb going. Get messy with it, you guys. You want these to bind so that they stay cakes, okay? All right, that one had the rest of the liquid, so we're gonna hope for the best on that one. All right, these are going to go in the refrigerator for 20 minutes just to get tight, and we're gonna take that crab dip out of the oven, and I'm gonna make you guys jealous. Woo! All right, let's get this crab dip out of the oven. It smells amazing. Woo-wee! It's bubbly, it's cheesy, it's hot, it's decadent. Coming close for that. Yes, Lord. Do you see the bubbles? Baby got bubbles. So if you're at home, you can add some green onion or greenery Nobody got time for that. I'm ready to dig straight in. It is hot though, so be careful. You want it to sit for a minute, but I'm too greedy, so I'm gonna taste it. Mmm. 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 You guys, your guests will think you're a 5-star chef. I would sit on my porch and eat this by itself, glass of white wine, and just have the best day ever. Because this is decadent, it's amazing, it's hot, it's cheesy, it's creamy, it's bubbly. These sourdough moonshot crackers, absolutely the perfect pairing. It really sets off the flavor in the dip. And you know what? You also have some nuts and some dried apricots in your package, which really accompany this, and some other cheeses. So put together a beautiful board for yourself and go crazy. Pour some wine, have some nuts, have a little personal Juneteenth celebration, or invite some friends over. All right, now that our crab dip is out of the oven and our hop cakes have chilled a bit, they can go in the oven. They smell divine. Putting them in. Meet you back here in 20 minutes. So while the hop cakes are in the oven, we're gonna make a quick lemon aioli. This is what you're gonna dip them in, and it's gonna be oh so delicious, and it's super easy to make. I just flipped the hop cakes over. As you know, on your recipe, you just cook them for 7 minutes on each side. So we're gonna do 2 to 3 teaspoons of vegan mayo. And we're gonna do a quick chop of garlic. And we're just gonna add this to our vegan mayo. Just gonna give it some bite. Okay, get that chopped up really fine. Nobody wants to munch on a big old piece of garlic, so make sure it's all broken down. Plus, if you don't know, the smaller your garlic is broken down, the more flavor. So we want this to pack a punch, so we're gonna chop it up fine. And then we'll just add it in. We will add the other half of our lemon. This is only if you want it, you know. Some people aren't mayonnaise-y people, but I prefer a sauce. And then we're gonna take some Cajun seasoning, which you have in your package, sprinkle it in. So it's this beautiful little red color. You just stir it up. Super simple, right? And this is what you're gonna dip your hot cake in. Get it all off the spoon. All right, so it's time to take the hot cakes out of the oven. But before we do, I just want to give you one more tidbit about Juneteenth. So after the announcement was made that all of the formerly enslaved people could be released, there was something that happened. It was called the scatter. So nobody really wanted to stay with their slave masters, obviously, because they weren't being treated fairly. So everyone scattered to find other family and to go to the northern states where they were treated more fairly. Some people call this the Great Migration, which is when everyone migrated to places like Chicago and Oakland and other northern states. But after Juneteenth, it's known as the scatter. And once the scatter happened, formerly enslaved people went back to work, or they started working for money and raising their family, and children started going to school. And Juneteenth kind of fell off after that. Nobody was celebrating Freedom Day or Emancipation Day anymore. It wasn't until the Civil Rights Movement that a re-emergence of Juneteenth began to become celebrated, because during the Civil Rights Movement, as you know, we were being treated unfairly again. And so we had to make a day like Juneteenth so that we can celebrate again and have some hope and something to look forward to. So those are your little fun facts about Juneteenth. I hope that you guys celebrate, and I hope this was educational. Let's get the hot cakes out of the oven. Pause. All right, this is the last step in the process. As you can see, our hot cakes look super browned and delicious, just like a crab cake, you know? So we're gonna take our Cajun seasoning, and this is what really gives it that edge. We're gonna sprinkle it right on top. Do not skip this step. This is where the flavor comes in. So we're going to take the hot cake and we're gonna put it in this preheated pan. It's a dry pan, no oil in it or anything, but we put the Cajun seasoning on there, and it's gonna add that last bit of flavor that we need and crisp them up nice and right. And make sure your pan is preheated. I just put mine in the oven as these baked. And this is a great oil-free recipe. It's completely vegan, obviously, and healthy. I mean, there's the hearts of palm, there's the bell pepper, there's the onion, the vegan mayo. We're gonna get this right back in the oven. And we're just gonna let that brown for just a few minutes. We're gonna get cleaned up and we are gonna plate these babies, and you're gonna be so excited and so wowed at how delicious and crab-like they are. All right, let's take these babies out the oven and get them on the plate. Oh yes, they smell magnificent and divine. I want to stress again not to skip that last step. As you can see, it gets really brown and crispy, and the smell is just illuminating in this kitchen. So let's pick the prettiest ones. I like this one in the center here. And we will put it right there. And we will take this one. It's nice and crisp. Boom. Looks gorgeous. You can sprinkle some lemon. I'm gonna add some green onion on top for beauty. But yeah, I would love to have this at a vegan Juneteenth celebration and put this on a platter with some vegan cheeses, your dried apricots, your nuts, and just go crazy. Let's taste them. I'll take this one. Ooh, it's hot. But ooh, look at that. It looks just like crab. Can you believe it? Dip. Mmm. Mmm. Yeah. Fire. You're gonna be making these all of the time. They're delicious. The moonshot crackers, the binding, you can taste the salty sourdough, and it really adds some flavor to this. Oh my goodness. And this dipping sauce, so easy to make and so delicious. So I hope that you serve this. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you learn something about Juneteenth and that you celebrate it every year. Do not forget the strawberry soda. The first people who celebrated Juneteenth in Galveston, Texas, celebrated with a pop. They were never allowed to have it, and they celebrated by drinking it on that day. So enjoy your crab cakes, your vegan crab cakes, hop cakes is what I like to call them, your crab dip. Get together with some friends and celebrate Freedom Day. Thank you. I'm Chef Tirza, and I make beautiful food that tastes good.